Good morning to the Monday morning inspiration for the joy of creation and the magic of art, creativity, and play. So, this is a program that you can join anytime, any Monday morning by registering. And the link for the registration is underneath the video in the YouTube description. So, we are talking here about creation, creativity, anything that you might actually have created in your universe that keeps you from creating that which you would like to create. So we all have bought so many points of view. And what does this mean when I say we buy them? It is when somebody says something to us and we make that real, we make it mean something. Just think back. When was there somebody in your life that said something about a drawing that you did as a kid, or a painting you did, or you were building this amazing stick man with chestnuts or whatever, and somebody ruined it or said, oh, how ugly it is. Or maybe even somebody, like a teacher, said that the chestnut stickman that somebody else, like the kid next to you, was building was so much better. And oh my God, this is so beautiful. And they were raving about somebody else's creation and not about yours. And what did you make out of that? What story did you create? So on the Monday morning inspiration, we are talking about these stories that you invented that might actually not be real. See, the thing is, haven't you ever wondered if you could right now go back to these people that said something to you and you maybe swallowed it and you took it with you and you decided that you are never going to create again? What if you could talk with them today and say, hey, what did you actually mean? And they might actually be going, what do you mean? Oh, I didn't say anything about your painting. It was just blah, blah, blah. And you might actually find out that this whole thing that you invented was not real. So this is when we buy a point of view, we make it real, we make it mean something. And we decide that something about us, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I'm not good enough. I will never make it. Oh, they didn't like what I did, so I must not like what I did. Although before they said that, I really liked what I did and it felt good and it was joyful. And you came up with all these ideas. So this is what we are bringing up here on the Monday morning inspiration, to look at it and change the point of view, because it is really your point of view that is creating your reality. You are making it up. There is this amazing movie, and I forgot the name of it. I saw it a long time ago while I was still living in Luxembourg. It was about this girl who would have all these stories in her head. An example is like her boyfriend didn't call her, and then they beautifully showed the story then in the movie, right? She had the story about him, what he was doing, and how he got kidnapped and exported into some desert somewhere, and these desert people held him captive, and so it was it was a story in her head. And sure, it was exaggerated, but I was laughing through the movie because this is what we are doing. We are making up stories that, just ask the question when you find yourself in one of those soap opera stories of yourself, which is maybe you should write screenplays and they might actually get somewhere in Hollywood or something, or Bollywood. Like, just ask yourself the question, wow, stop for a moment here. Is this actually true? Is this real? First of all, you may want to find out what is your point of view about you. What is it that you have decided about your creativity or your talents, your gifts? What have you thrown away into the bucket, thrown out with the bathwater, that maybe when you go there and look at it, you might find sequins in there and sparkles. I'm wearing the sparkle sweater today. What sparkles might you find in there? Or like the gold diggers, you know, they went to the rivers, to the creeks, and they found the pieces of gold. What pieces of gold can you find in the bath water that you threw out with the baby? Maybe the baby is a lot of pieces of gold, glitter, things that you never looked at, things that you discarded because of whatever somebody said or did, and you made something out of it. This is where we are potent creators. So our theme today, which I didn't say in the beginning, is what can you create that no one else can? Really, what is it? And ask this question. What is it? What did I actually discard about myself? What did I throw away? What do I know? What is it? What am I good at? And you know, what if you don't care about what other people say? What if it doesn't even matter? Who have you given the seal of judgment? And what if you never give your power away? What if you never give your joy away for somebody else? How many of you have given your joy away? It is not gone. So everywhere you just started judging you all for that. Now, can we undo this, please? What if you don't judge you for that? It's like, it's cool when you have the awareness. If this Monday morning inspiration creates an awareness for you, like, oh yeah, I actually did that. It's like, don't beat yourself up. It's cool. Now we can change it. So everywhere that you made you wrong ever, will you please let that go? What if you never insulted anybody with your creations? They could just not receive it. Maybe they even wanted to stop you. Everywhere you have decided that your creations are not good and have no value, that you have no value just because they didn't say something about you and didn't rave about your creations, but somebody else's creations. So everywhere you ran with that, will you please let that go? Cool. Let it go. It doesn't mean anything. They just didn't say a word to you. That's all. So all these stories of the poor you, and everywhere you went into the I'm not good enough, not right, not beautiful enough, not inventive enough, not like creative enough. Not. Let's take that not out, okay? Let's take the not, all the knots out of your universes everywhere. Can you also see that how it's N-O-T, but it's also K-N-O-T? This is really, yeah, wow, how awesome is that? You twist you out of the joy. You make a knot in you. So all the knots that you have in you about you, will you please let those go now? What if they are not true? So is this actually really true for you? Is this true about you? Everywhere you have made that all very meaningful, and you change the trajectory of your joy. Let's undo all of this, okay? And what can you now add to your life? From all the sequins and pieces of little gold glitter and glimmer that you can find still in the sand where the bath water went, what can you create with it? What can you add to your life that will give you this joy? You know, what can you create? And it's go in an art supply store, go into maybe a fabric store, or there are fabulous stores where you can actually find all these. In New York City, there are great stores where you find like these glitters and sequins, and I don't know how you call these stores. They had a name in Germany and I don't know that. I forgot that even. But there are these places where you can buy these adornments, beautiful, beautiful adornments for like detail things for clothing or embroidery. So go like anywhere that there's this joy to it, a joyful store of some sort, and just, or an antique store or jewelry or a bead store. Go somewhere like that. Ask your body, hey body, where's that store? Show me, like, where do you want to go? And walk around and look at things and, you know, touch the colorful feathers, the glitter, the glimmer, and just be with it and have fun with it, enjoy it, and ask, what can I create with this? Maybe talk to the store owner. These people are that have these sewing stores or like that sell these things. They are very often creative people, and they have patterns that they are also selling, and maybe they even have classes there. I know even in my area here, which is like very small town, there's a store, and they do classes, and you can learn sewing or whatever it is. So find out what is there and who is there, that you can take classes with and just learn things from, add things to your life. Or, you know, you can save old wine bottles and glue glitter on and make them into something else, into beautiful vases for your flowers. Like the joy of that, where it is not about pleasing anybody, or approval. What if you approved of yourself? What if you approved of you and your creations and never wait for anybody outside of you? You know, like, I'm guessing that a lot of artists would have never created what they did had they waited for somebody else. A lot of very amazing inventors, you know? I should maybe bring Michelangelo on the Monday morning inspiration, this genius of creation, like that never stopped. See, had they waited for somebody else, they, you know, none of them would have been in garages putting pieces together and creating a computer. Like none of them would have come up with these brilliant ideas of how we can do things different. So it's not just the field of art, it's the inventions, it's the creations in general. Like somebody came up with this idea, or how many of you have your own cooking recipes where maybe there was once upon a time a recipe that you found, but then how much did you add to it? Your own flavors, your own spices that you came up with, and now it became your family recipe, right? That's what I'm talking about. It's creation. It's about, what do you know? What can you create that no one else can? It might be that maybe your muffin recipe could be the biggest, greatest, most beautiful recipe if you only had a blog and you would write about, what are you cooking actually? What soups are you making? What are your ingredients? What do you enjoy, right? That what gives you joy? This is what we are talking about here. And what can you add to your life? Just start it. Just do it. It doesn't have to mean anything. Anybody can have a blog and write. Who cares? If you like, what if you don't care who's going to ever read it? You write it, maybe write it for the trees, write it for the earth, write it for the stars or whatever, and let go of all these conclusions and expectations. Just go for it, have fun, and see what you can create. You know, as if you are a powerful creator, which I'm sure you are not, if you are watching this or listening right now, I would say you are. You may not be willing to see it and acknowledge it. So as powerful creators, we are really so good at disempowering ourselves and taking ourselves into this pool of judgment where we will never ever emerge out of ever again unless we ask a question. So the question is, the moment you go to judgment of you, ask, is this actually true? Who am I being? Who does this belong to? These are access consciousness tools, amazing tools, simple tools in the form of questions. Try it out when you have one of those moments of severe judgment, a severe judgment crisis, let's say like this. Take the homeopathic remedy of a question, such as, wow, what is this? Is this actually true? Is this real? Or what story have I been telling myself about me? And what if you let that story go? You might realize that most of the judgment is not yours. So there's a book that I contributed to. It's The Power of Releasing Judgment. It's an amazing compilation. I think we were like 25 authors that contributed a chapter. So you get so many different, like 25 or like whatever that number was, 25 different perspectives about judgment and how it showed up in all of our lives, and what did we do to change it? What are the tools to change it? When you are aware of other people's judgments, they will be there in your universe. You will be aware, but it's not yours. So if it's not yours, you cannot change it. You can only be aware of it and just say, wow, is this mine? Even, is it mine? Yes or no? And that alone, right now, just look, does it change something already? You might actually find out that you are joyful. You might find out you love creating. And so now the question is, okay, what can you create? What can I create today? What colors would I like to wear today? See, I'm today in bright pink, and I have sparkles, and then there's orange. And what can colors contribute to you? If you want to dive more into it, there's a class, The Language of Color is the name, and it's an online seminar class on February 23rd. If you want to play with us, like let's have fun. Let's see, what is it about color? What color can you add to your life? What are your colors that somebody said you cannot wear it? It's ridiculous. It's too pink. It's too bright. It's too this. It's too that. Well, who cares what they said? Find out what actually works for you. That might be the lightness that you are looking for. Thank you so much for being here. And so what can you create that no one else can? What if there's something that you know about creation, and what can you bring to the world that no one else can, really? What if you are that amazing, that brilliant? And would you be willing to be that? Explore it. What is it even? What is it that you have cast out with the bathwater? All right, my friends, I'm so grateful you are all here. You are listening and also watching this video in the future. I'm really grateful for you. So keep creating. Don't give up. Never give up. Keep walking, keep painting. Join us next week. Let me know if you have any questions, and I see you soon on the Monday Morning Inspiration, or maybe somewhere else in a class, at a workshop, or at an event. I would be so happy to meet you. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.